Neighborhood bullies are loud, brash, and rude.
Shut up!
They come in all shapes and sizes.
That's California, bitch.
Move it.
You hoe.
And yes, they can even be ill-mannered grandmothers. Like this woman in Canberra, Australia.
Come a bit closer, excuse me, mate. Show me what you're really all about. Show me what a real good man...
I'm on my side. I'm allowed to be here. You hack our trees. I have not touched your rocks.
This senior citizen is ticked off that the rocks along her property line are missing, and she claims it's her neighbor who is behind their disappearance.
I have had all rocks lined up on my property, all on my property, and they keep on being taken off.
If there's any...
Don't shut your mouth and listen to me, you dick.
How old are you?
Older than you.
How old are you?
Smarter than you, and there's none of your business.
Smarter than me?
Yeah, a lot smarter than you. Now get your ass right off my property and don't come on my property again and don't touch anything on my property.
I haven't touched anything
You're
on your...
a liar.
I haven't touched anything of yours.
You are a liar because I know what I
You
put
stand over there.
But the woman's insults soon turn sinister as she begins spraying a mysterious substance at the man.
Oh, bitch.
Spraying stuff on me. I can't not be in my property without being harassed.
What a liar, because I haven't even been near your property.
You just sprayed me with some poison or whatever it is.
Well, get away from it and stop.
I'm allowed to be here. This is my yard. Go back inside.
Do whatever I like.
Go back inside and mind your own business.
Stick it up your ass.
The man tries to reason with his neighbor, but it's tough dealing with a neighbor who acts like a 5-year-old and has the mouth of a sailor.
Stick it up your ass. Stick it up your own ass.
The man claims he earlier recorded the woman throwing the rocks on his property, but she denies it all.
I haven't touched your rock. You stood there throwing rocks on our yard.
Lion.
I've got you on camera.
Lion.
What do you have to say about that?
You take my...
And what do you have to say about throwing the rocks over here?
That is what I say. You're a lying. You are a lying.
Stop spraying me with the spray. I don't know what's in it.
Despite her immature taunts, the man pleads with his neighbor to stop.
Please go back inside.
I won't do what you tell me to do. You
I have-
will not hear the end of me until you stop stealing from me and interfering with my property. I'm not doing anything to you.
Excuse me, you're standing here spraying me with whatever's in that bottle.
Seemingly caught red-handed on video, the woman ends her neighbor's spat, true to form, with the foulest of mouths.
You're a liar. And you know I've got you.
You're a... You haven't got a brain in your ass. Not even a brain in your ass. That's because you sit down all day and nothing works.
It's Friday night in Helensvale, just off the Gold Coast of Australia, when two friends are heading to a local convenience store for some late-night snacks after a night of drinking. But when one of them breaks their flip-flop, the other friend tries to capture the funny moment on camera. It's then they spot something suspicious at the restaurant ahead.
Are you me? How to?
It appears that two men have entered the restaurant with shirts pulled around their faces. So, the two friends walk closer to investigate.
They're robbing a joint.
Oi! Never lost his plate. Oh no! Well, they haven't got one. They've got another plate in the car. Wait.
With the alleged thieves inside the restaurant, the shirtless man jumps into action to help his neighborhood eatery.
Oh. What the case?
With one friend recording and the other friend without a phone, there's no way to alert the police. But then, they catch a glimpse of someone inside the adjacent convenience store,
Wait! Call the cops!
and they try to alert them to call the authorities. But the suspects make a run for the car, only to realize the keys are gone. With one suspect on the run, the man in shorts jumps in the car to try to apprehend the other suspect. But he takes off too, so the man makes a neighborly, if not reckless, decision. He gives chase.
They're running.
While he isn't able to catch up with the men, according to the police, they take a 23-year-old suspect into custody. But pending further investigation, he is released without charges. For the man recording the alleged robbery, he finally gets his late-night snack when the neighborhood restaurant gifts him a chili burger as a reward.
Oi, I got the whole thing on video.
It's a calm Friday afternoon in South London. A neighbor records a car speeding up to the gates of a school opposite his house and nearly hitting a skateboarder, before the skateboarder angrily lunges at the car's windshield with his board. The neighbor recording says that minutes earlier, the skateboarder was annoyed with the motorist for cutting him off the road. Now the driver ups the ante by picking his own instrument, an umbrella. The fighters soon lose their weapon of choice, and as the feud turns into an all-out brawl, the neighbor recording sounds the alarm to his partner in a cool as a British cucumber way.
Ali, come here a sec.
Everything okay? What should I do? Is anybody going to do anything?
Call the cops.
Should I call the police?
And like a true English gentleman, the neighbor stops recording and goes outside to intervene. No one is badly injured, and the police are currently investigating the incident. But thank goodness for the neighbor who keeps calm and breaks up the fight. Now to Toronto, Canada, where a man is doing the dishes when his attention is drawn to neighbors in another building.
Yo, they're looking for their cat.
A ginger tomcat has strayed onto a neighboring balcony and is now stuck.
No. No. Yo, what the f is he doing?
From 6 floors up, a man in a high-rise can't believe what he's seeing. His neighbor opposite is risking his own life to rescue his cat. One misstep, and he could plunge 80 feet to his death. Now for the return. If the cat struggles, they could both be unbalanced. Thankfully, the cat is placid, and miraculously, this neighbor's reckless and ill-advised rescue effort doesn't end in disaster. In Manchester, England, during a performance of The Bodyguard at the Palace Theatre, one local resident apparently goes to an extreme when she allegedly starts singing along to the show's closing number, I Will Always Love You. Ticked off, the audience demands for the woman's removal. The ushers attempt to kick her out when her mother steps in.
Get a grip of your kids. What are you talking about? You can't do that. Disgrace.
But the mother's pleas go unheeded, and the audience applauds when both women are finally escorted out. Unfortunately, for the neighbors in attendance, the production is called off early, and it's safe to assume that they will not always love the duo who ruined their trip to the theater.
Disgrace.
When your neighbor is Niagara Falls, water is your world. But nothing prepares local tow truck driver Joe Vieira for a stretch of unusual weather that hits his hometown.
The neighborhood that I live in is mixed with some rural and some suburban areas. Recently, we'd had a lot of rainfall in my area and then flash freezing, so it made the whole surrounding area basically just one giant swamp, if you will.
One day, Joe arrives at a neighbor's farm for a tow job, but it's not what he expects. The farmer's elderly Clydesdale, named Jackson, is stuck in the freezing mud. And if they can't free him soon, neighbors fear he might not make it.
I was in shock. I've never had to save a live animal before.
Hang in there, Jackson. We're gonna get you out.
We're estimating that around 3 a.m., 3:30, he became stuck in this muddy soup ice mixture. And with trying to extricate himself, he became exhausted He was stuck there and shivering for 5-6 hours.
Come on, Jackson.
The neighbors are all exhausted from trying to help.
Joe needs to find a way to extract the 1,800-pound horse without harming it, and he needs to move fast before it succumbs to the elements.
The horse is obviously flesh, bones, has blood. I didn't want to damage it. You can't just hook it up like you would a truck to a hook. The horse is shaking, its gums were blue, its eyes were closing. There is the possibility this horse may pass away right in front of us.
Joe calls in a buggy that can maneuver in the muddy terrain, and he figures out what he hopes is a safe way to attach a rope to Jackson in the hopes that they can try to pull him free.
We devised a system with a soft rope to put it around the lower limbs of the animal.
It's an agonizing and slow process, and after hours of work, they manage to heave the almost 1-ton horse out of the mud and upright. The neighbors breathe a collective sigh of relief.
What a good boy. That was scary, eh?
Oh, for the love of God, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
You are going to get a huge hug.
Oh, okay.
When you're done.
It's a hard thing to describe when you save a living, breathing life like that. It's just a real good, happy feeling.
According to Joe, this battle against the elements has a happy ending, and Jackson is thriving and healthy on the farm.
It feels really good just to help my neighbors. At the end of the rescue, the owner came up to me and she says, "What do I owe you?" And I said, "You don't owe me anything." She actually shed a tear, and then she gave me the biggest hug I've ever had in my life. But I got paid in a hug, and really that's all anybody could ask for.
When neighbors share elevators in apartment buildings, this can lead to stony silences, full-blown arguments.
She won't get off of the elevator.
And you just pushed me.
Yes, I surely did.
Or, if it gets stuck, scary moments.
A little freaked out, to be completely honest.
In a modern apartment building in London, England, the neighbor in the pink top is using a key to prevent the elevator from moving. But a contractor, William Santos, who is tiling a bathroom on the 5th floor, wants to use it to bring more tiles up.
Excuse me, lady. I need to what? Excuse me. I don't want to push you.
You push me.
I don't want to push you. Please do.
After 10 minutes of waiting for the elevator, William comes to the 2nd floor to investigate the holdup. He claims the neighbor told him he has no right to use the elevator, but it's the only one in the building.
Excuse me.
You touch me.
Can you excuse me? Please, can you excuse me? I need to use the lift. Excuse me.
As William tries to grab the elevator key, the woman pushes back and lets out a blood-curdling scream.
Help! Help! Help!
And keeps screaming.
Help! 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 Help!
Could you please excuse me?
I need to get the police.
Please do it.
My emergency is I'm trapped in a lift with a man who won't let me get out, who is a contractor here, and can someone please come?
The neighbor claims that she is imprisoned, even though the elevator door is wide open.
He's attacked me in the lift.
When you say attacked you, what did he do?
He pushed me, so my head went back and hit the wall.
Do you need an ambulance?
I don't need an ambulance, no.
At this point, the contractor stops recording. When the police arrive and they look at the video, they decide no charges should be filed. Later, the building's management company confirms that individual neighbors should not have a key to the elevator. William finishes the work in the bathroom and is no longer hampered by this obstructive neighbor and her elevator pitch-perfect screams.
Help! Help! Help!
In Ilfracombe, a seaside resort town on the southwest coast of England, surveillance video captures a group of neighborhood children playing in the surf along the Pier's slipway. When suddenly, a rogue wave crashes on the ramp, knocking a girl between the railings. While she tries to hold on to the edge, the waves and current are too strong and quickly overwhelm the girl. Her two friends watch helplessly as the intense waves pull her further and further away from land. And any chances of a rescue begins slipping away by the second. Neighbors are alerted and rush to see the harrowing scene as their friends motion for the girl to swim, but she can't overcome the high tide. Seeing the girl is still possibly reachable, a neighbor rushes to the end of the pier and into dangerous waters in an attempt to grab her. Thankfully, there's a small lull in the wave break, and he's able to put her on his shoulders and bring her to safety, where she is treated for minor injuries and taken home. While the video is a reminder of the power of the sea, it's also proof that not all lifesavers are lifeguards. Sometimes they can be quick-thinking neighbors. Liverpool, England is famous for soccer. But for one local homeowner, she's had her fill of the sport. And the neighborhood kids, who she claims like to kick around their balls against her house. According to the woman recording, the irksome activity has been going on for the past 6 months. And she claims her requests for them to stop have been repeatedly ignored. So she tries yet again to convince the kids that this is unacceptable.
I've been telling you for 6 months not to kick it against my house. You have no respect whatsoever.
And as a new mom, the ongoing disruption is affecting more than just her.
Stop kicking the ball against my house. You've woken my baby up for 6 months. Since my baby was 1 month old, you've woken him up. It's not right. Your parents should be mortified. They should be mortified by your behavior. Mortified, not encouraging it, mortified.
As the kids walk off, it's unclear if the woman's pleas will make a difference. So when the children's mother gets involved, the woman holding the camera doesn't hold back.
Excuse me? Because they've been kicking the ball against my house for 6 months and we have told them not to. No, you cannot allow them to kick the ball against my house. You are in the wrong and you have been in the wrong for 6 months. Stop letting them kick the ball against my house and my windows. It is not all right to do that. You have to stop it.
Seeing the man approach, who appears to be the father of the two kids, the woman stops recording. According to the homeowner, the children continue kicking the ball against their house. So the woman and her family decide that their only choice is to move to a more peaceful neighborhood, leaving the future footballers behind. One of the cool things about owning your own home is the freedom to model it exactly how you choose and really show off your personal taste to your neighbors. And 30-year-old Australian hair colorist Mikey O'Halloran has a unique style.
I am very proud to be a gay man. I'm colourful 24/7. I literally am a walking pride flag, but pride is 365 days a year for me.
When Mikey buys his first home, a beach cottage in a quiet neighborhood 2 hours from the city of Melbourne, he starts to make it his own.
I am loving this blue.
But when some of his neighbors see what Mikey's doing with his fence, they don't appreciate the transformation.
The word got out through a tradesman to a neighbour next door and across the road that I planned on painting the outside of my house rainbow.
And things take a dark turn one night. A group of neighbors appear on Mikey's property uninvited.
There were 5 men standing in my backyard and it was pitch black.
And Mikey is so scared that he uses his phone to record one of the neighbors threatening him.
If you paint that house that colour, I'll mate you again. It won't be so nice. I'm telling you.
I haven't met you.
I'm telling you, don't paint your house.
It's not fair. I was just in a complete panic of shock.
See what happens with gay.
I was bullied in high school. I've been through all this and I'm in a really good place. This was 3 weeks after I moved into my new home and I was being absolutely ridiculed for what I planned on doing to my own house that I bought, which I have the right to paint whatever colour I want. It was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life.
Seeing red, Mikey decides to fight back, so he posts about the experience on social media.
2 days later, all these people reached out to me saying that people would love to come and help me paint my house.
And that's exactly what happens.
Planning how the front is gonna look. It started.
Around 50 neighbors pitch in to make his multicolored dream come true.
Just helping. My neighbours were really there for me and they really stood up for me. By coming to the house and picking up a paintbrush or even just showing up on the day just to show support and say hello and welcome to the neighbourhood was so lovely.
And even law enforcement are lending a hand.
Love it. The deck comes to life. The rainbow house has become a reality.
Now that his house is perfect, Mikey presses charges against the 23-year-old neighbor who threatens him. And when the case comes to court, the neighbor is convicted of assault.
He had to pay a $2,500 fine to an LGBT charity. I hope that he has learned a valuable lesson. Accepting people is the way of the future. Live and let live.
The neighbor moves overseas, and Mikey hasn't seen him since. But Mikey's rainbow home has become a neighborhood landmark.
A lot of people stop by my house and take photos, and that's what this house is about. It's about spreading joy and making people happy, and that's my every intention of having a rainbow house, is to put smiles on people's faces.